12 terrifying facts about China you need to know. Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into some terrifying facts about China. From the Great Firewall to the social credit system, from air pollution to government surveillance, we're peeling back the red curtain, and it's not always pretty. So buckle up, dear viewers, for a wild ride through China's underbelly. The internet. In China, the internet experience is different. You're browsing the web, then bam, you hit a wall, the Great Firewall of China. It blocks access to many websites and services. China has its own versions of popular websites and apps. Imagine a world where your every move is tracked and assigned a score. A score that determines your access to loans, jobs, and travel. This program aims to build a database of every citizen in China, tracking behavior and assigning a social credit score. Score high and you'll get perks like easier loans and cheaper travel. Fall short and you could face travel restrictions and exclusion from opportunities. China's economic boom has come at a steep price, and nowhere is that more evident than in the air we breathe. In major Chinese cities, air pollution has reached crisis levels, with smog so thick you could practically chew on it. The health consequences of this environmental catastrophe are staggering. Respiratory illnesses are through the roof, with millions suffering from asthma, bronchitis, and even lung cancer. Children and the elderly are particularly vulnerable, facing severe health risks. The Chinese government has taken some steps to address the issue, implementing stricter regulations and investing in renewable energy, but the situation remains dire. The road to cleaner air is long and challenging, requiring sustained effort and global cooperation. Chapter 4. Big Brother is watching government surveillance in China. The Chinese government has one of the most sophisticated surveillance systems, with cameras and AI monitoring citizens' every move. From street corners to public transportation, cameras are everywhere, capturing your every move. Facial recognition can identify you in seconds, tracking your movements and analyzing your emotions. It's chilling knowing your every move is watched, your privacy eroded in the name of security. Chapter 5.1. Child. Lasting consequences. For decades, China enforced a controversial policy that limited most families to having only one child, a decision that has had profound and far-reaching impacts on the nation. While the policy did curb population growth, it also led to forced abortions, forced sterilizations, and a skewed gender ratio, with a preference for boys resulting in a significant surplus of men. This imbalance has created social challenges and altered family dynamics. The long-term effects of this policy are still being felt today, with a shrinking workforce, an aging population, and a generation of only children facing immense pressure to succeed. These only children, often referred to as little emperors, bear the weight of their families' expectations. Chapter 6. The Uyghurs, a people under siege. In Xinjiang, the Uyghurs faced systematic persecution by the Chinese government. Over 1 million Uyghurs are detained in so-called re-education camps, condemned as concentration camps. The Chinese government claims these camps combat terrorism, but evidence suggests a cultural genocide of the Uyghur people. Chapter 7. Silenced media censorship in China. In China, freedom of the press is an illusion. The media, both traditional and online, is tightly controlled by the government, with censorship laws prohibiting any content deemed critical of the Communist Party or harmful to social stability. This stifling of dissent creates an environment of fear and self-censorship, where citizens are afraid to speak their minds or challenge the official version of events. Chapter 8. Flexing its muscles, China's military expansion. China's military might is growing at an alarming rate. The People's Liberation Army, or PLA, has undergone a massive modernization program, acquiring advanced weaponry, developing new technologies, and expanding its global reach. This military build-up has raised concerns among its neighbors and the international community, who fear that China's ambitions may not be entirely peaceful. Chapter 9. Playing by its own rules. China's economic practices. China's economic rise has been meteoric, but its path has been paved with controversial practices, from accusations of currency manipulation and intellectual property theft to allegations of unfair trade practices and forced technology transfers. This has led to trade wars, heightened tensions, and growing distrust globally. Chapter 10. The Earth Under Pressure. China's environmental degradation. China's rapid industrialization and relentless pursuit of economic growth have come at a devastating cost to the environment. From polluted rivers and toxic smog to deforestation and desertification, China's environmental problems are vast and complex. The consequences of China's environmental degradation are felt far beyond its borders, impacting global ecosystems and the health of the planet as a whole. Chapter 11. A Shadow Over Human Rights. China's human rights record is abysmal, with a long list of abuses documented by international organizations and human rights groups. The Chinese government maintains a tight grip on power, silencing dissent and cracking down on any perceived threats to its authority. The international community has a responsibility to hold China accountable for its human rights abuses and to demand that it respects the fundamental rights and freedoms of its citizens. Chapter 12. Faith Under Fire. Religious control in China. In China, religious freedom exists on paper, but not in practice. The government maintains strict control over religious institutions and practices, suppressing any faith it deems a threat to its authority. The Chinese government's attempts to control and manipulate faith are a violation of the fundamental right to freedom of religion or belief. Outro. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your time and attention. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Your support helps us create more valuable content. Let us know in the comments which facts surprised you the most. We love hearing your thoughts and feedback. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the Great Firewall to the social credit system and how these impact daily life. From air pollution to religious persecution, highlighting the challenges faced by many. But it's important to remember that awareness is the first step towards change. Stay informed and keep the conversation going. By shining a light on these issues, we can start a conversation, raise awareness, and hopefully inspire action. Together, we can make a difference.